Alright guys, so now I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the interface, okay, starting in perspectives. So across the top we've got perspectives, heliodons, lights, objects and shaders. Okay, these are called your inspector options. So your shaders, okay, control the textures on the model. Your lights add and control the light elements within your model. Your heliodon is your natural light, time, location in the world, and the quality of the air. Okay, and then we've got objects, okay, controls the objects that we bring in as separate entities from Artlantis. Okay, so they are called your inspector options. Okay, so I'm going to head back to perspectives. Okay, so these are your viewpoints. So you'll see that there's a little arrow here next to perspectives. I'm going to click on that. And there are different views that we can go into when we are looking at our model. So we're in perspectives currently, so you can click on parallel views and it gives you the elevation views of your model. Okay, nice and straight. So panoramas, all right, nothing there yet. VR objects, nothing there either. And then animations. Okay, so for us, what we're going to do is just head back to our perspectives. Okay, and that's what we're going to stick to for the time being. It's the easiest way to navigate around your model and see how everything's going on. So your perspectives, okay, and your viewpoints. So if we head over to the top right-hand side of our screen, we see our Toolbars Inspector, which is these 6 buttons across the top here. Okay, so you'll see first of all we've got a shopping cart. This is your store. So it's basically like the 3D warehouse in SketchUp, however you have to pay for most of the models. Then we've got our 2 arrows on a right angle. This is your 2D view option, which allows you to navigate through your model using planes and elevations, which I'll show you in a minute. Then we've got our postcards. So it allows you to take snapshots of our work as we go through. Then we've got our camera, which are your render settings. So it allows you to set up the program when you're ready to send out your final renders. Then we've got this, looks like kind of like a crop rectangle, and this is called partial renders. And it allows you to quickly render just one part of your model just to see what it looks like. And then the next button over, this is your batch rendering. Okay, so you can set up multiple renders to go and then press this button and it will just do it without you. Okay, so this is your batch rendering. So they are your toolbar inspectors. We're going to come back to those in a little while. Now, this is a pretty bare screen, but if we head over to the left-hand side, you guys, just below this help bar, okay, you will see a textured rectangle. If we click on that, this guy pops out. Okay, so this is your preset views bar. So you can take snapshots of your model in different perspectives and with various settings, and then easily navigate through them to the different parts of your model. So it makes it, instead of doing everything in this view, we could go inside and take a view there, so that if we want to change where we are really quickly, we can just change perspectives in your preset views. Okay, so we want to make sure that that is open. This square that we have here, rectangle, is called your preview display. All right, so it's the model in real time, and any changes that you make to any of the settings up here and any of your inspectors happen on this preview display. Okay, sometimes depending on the power of your computer, this can take a little while to generate. Okay, so this is your preview display, and at the bottom underneath here with these 6 buttons, this is how you navigate around your preview display. Okay, so this button here takes you back to the previous camera position. Then we've got our zoom. Okay, so if you click on that, you can just press and it will zoom in. Or the other option with this is if you are in the zoom tool and say we want to come over here, what you can do is click and drag over a specific part of your model and it will automatically take you into being in the rectangle you just drew. Okay, then we've got our pan. Okay, click on that and you go like this. You can move around. Okay, all the different parts of your model. 2 fingers in, or 2 fingers moving up on your keypad, or 2 fingers moving out on your keypad will also zoom in and out. Then we've got our move camera, okay, button. We've got a panorama button, which we won't be using, and then scene information. So that will tell me how big the scene is, the position of the camera, rotation. I can set the origin if I want to, and then I can set up any anchor points as well. All right, so that's your scene information. So I'm just going to click OK. So that is your preview display navigation tools. Now, if we come to the bottom right-hand corner, we'll see another textured rectangle. If we click on that textured rectangle, you will see your media catalog pop up. Okay, so the media catalog has all of your various textures, finishes, and objects that can be dragged and dropped, okay, to dress the model. Underneath the thumbnail views are subcategories for you. Okay, so we've got our paint roller, which is miscellaneous shaders. We've got our brick pattern, which is wall shaders. We've got perspective tiles, that is your floor shaders. We've got exterior shaders, natural shaders, display furniture, display decorations, display lamps, display office, display transportation, display plants, display people, display exterior objects. So if you click on some of these as we'll go through, you'll see that these ones are objects. If you click on these ones, you'll see that we have different materials. Okay, BB is your billboard. Then we've got an image, which is where you can insert your own images. Okay, we've got, if we click on this guy here, this is our folder, so it's display for the user media. We've got display recent media that we've used. We've got a hand, okay, so this is the spread tool. All right, and then we've got a rectangle and then a help button. If we press the rectangle, that opens the media catalog in a separate window, okay? And sometimes it's just a bit easier to navigate through this way. It's up to you, okay? If we click down in the bottom right-hand corner again, it reduces the catalog window just to the bottom of our screen. Okay, so this is what we've got thus far. We have our views over here and our media catalog down at the bottom. This slider button allows us to move our preview display window. Okay, so you can move that to wherever you want. The overall, this part of the layout is up to you. Okay, then at the top here, we can change the size of our preview display. Okay, so this makes it smaller, this fits it to the window, and this makes it bigger. Okay, so it's up to you whichever you want to use. I try to keep it in here so I can see what's going on. And the final thing that we want to do is we want to look at our Tools Inspector bar, okay? And what we want to do is we want to click on the arrows in a right angle position, okay? And that opens our 2D view window. And I'm going to pop it in here, and you can make it smaller and make it bigger as you please. All right, so on the big computers at school, this will probably be easier and look a lot nicer and neater. I'm going to have to make that smaller so I can fit it in. Okay, so the reason we have this is it allows us to navigate around our model, okay, fairly easily. So this is the setup that we have for Artlantis. You can see I'm in my perspectives view, 2D view up here, media catalog, preview display, nice and easy to see, and then our views, okay, on the left-hand side. So it's really good to have these open at all times because it just makes it easier for you guys to work in Artlantis. All right, so that is your basic overview of the Artlantis interface. Thanks, guys.